If you can bring it home with you in your mind, then congratulations. Because even if I can give you a pile, I can give you a book. If you go home and you don't do some revision on it, you're not going to learn anything. So we might as well just make the best use of these 20 minutes. And I need your full attention. And I need your participation. Are you willing to work with me in this workshop? Yes. All right. So, from the introduction, you know. Scary face here. You know that I'm a singer. And like many of you, I'm a Toastmaster. And like all of you, I'm a sleeper. Interestingly, there's a lot to learn through sleeping. Now I'm going to tell you a bit about the secrets of sleeping and how you can use that to compete. But then many of you say, I don't really want to compete. But you are Toastmasters. Or you are a sleeper who have to communicate now and then. So we aim at being a better communicator. And you know what? Everyone has a giant inside him or her. You just don't know it yet. So my idea today is to bring out that giant in you so that you don't have to compete, so that you can shine on your next communication. How about that? Okay? So, to begin with, as I said, you want to work with me. What do you think are the similarities between singing and public speaking?
Breathing.
Very good, very good. Yell out, yell out. I have prizes at the end. Only 3, but I'm going to watch your. Okay, wait. I heard something over here. Please.
Breathing.
Very good. Breathing. Yes. All these are very important things. Okay. And vocal variety, of course. I'm going to make that short. And?
Memory.
Yeah, you have to memorize. Yeah, body language.
Message.
Ooh, message. Yes, it's so important, isn't it? And? Emotion. That is so important. That goes with the message. And? Yeah, stage presence. Stage, the state. State is exactly what we're going to talk about today. What else? What else?
Performance.
The performance. That's a big word, very general, including everything.
Audience connection.
Yeah, audience connection. So you have to worry about the audience as well. Okay, and mind you, I'm not playing any acronyms. You don't need acronyms. Think about the whole thing. Think about the whole package. Get the feeling of it. Okay, so we have noticed all the common grounds between singing and, actually I had that prepared and I forgot. The similarities, right? There's similarities between singing and public speaking. And of course, singing pays particular attention to breathing, the vocal variety, and something that people often miss. In speeches, especially. In singing, there are all these, let's see. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
No.
Rests. Yeah? And then some rests are like here, like that. Some rests are like that. You know, it comes in all shapes. Okay? So, make sure that you put that pause in between. That is one thing that many people miss most of the time. Okay, so we ask. For everything, we need a direction. We need to know why we are doing it. So what is your goal when you speak? What is your goal? Sorry? To what?
To complete the project.
To complete a project. Mom gave me homework. Teacher gave me homework. Duty. There's a duty. I like that. Okay. Iris. I remember you. Iris. It's a duty. The Toastmaster is a volunteer thing. Even all these organizations today, big hand to Karen Jung and all the behind the scene people who help to organize this. So it's volunteer work. Why are we volunteering to do this? Because after the speech, after all that frightful experience, you feel what? You feel great because can't hear you. Louder? To learn something, yeah, you learn something, but you know, learning again is like, I did the project. Duty. You overcome your fear, and what function? What function does it serve? What purpose does it serve? How do you feel afterwards? Yeah, we are going for the confidence. Yes, and going for the
Getting proud?
yes, the proudness. You're feeling proud, and of course the satisfaction, isn't it? Right? So, I mean, ask all the contestants. Such hard work, so much pressure, can't sleep. You know, have to have to be like a crazy lady in rehearsing in the park. What for? You're going for the satisfaction. Right? So, all this clear? Let's see if I miss anything. Then we move on to this mysterious topic called sleeping. What has sleeping got to do with public speaking or competing?
Sleep well. It's important.
Yeah? It's rest, yeah? What is the goal of sleeping? Why do you want to sleep? Refreshed? You want satisfaction, remember? We need satisfaction. You're going for the satisfaction that we were talking about. So public speaking, being on stage and sleeping, actually serve the same goal. Won't you agree?
Yes.
We want satisfaction. And there was somebody saying something that I didn't catch.
Toxic.
Beautiful word. Detox. It's true, isn't it? When you sleep, the body works to rejuvenate. Yes? To rejuvenate. Look at all these words. Help me. Did I spell correctly? Okay. Something. Everyone's taping it. I can't afford to misspell it. I'm an English teacher. Okay. So, you are beginning to see it. This is a mysterious stage. Sleeping, right? Now, people say, like just very recently, an evaluator came to the stage and said, I'm not sure if I'm qualified to evaluate. And then as the GE, of course, I told him that, of course you're qualified. Everyone's qualified to BS, right? Now, do we ever ask the question, do I deserve to sleep? Do you ever ask that? No, right? You sleep. So why do you come out here? Do I deserve to be an evaluator? Do I deserve to be a competitor? A contestant? Do I deserve to win this prize? I mean, humbleness has a boundary. So you need confidence. You never ask whether you deserve to sleep. It's just a need, right? So public speaking, to communicate, stems from having a need, having a desire. Andrew desires to be number one. I used to be like that. Not really anymore, because I can't control the results. So I change it a little bit. I go for satisfaction. Rejuvenate yourself. Detox yourself. Every time after a speech, do you feel detoxed? Beautiful word, our champions here. Right? Hey, so think about that. So define your goals. After the speech, you feel satisfied and you improve, you accomplished something. And that is exactly the need and desire that is driving us onto the stage. And that is driving you either onto the stage or driving you to communicate better with whoever you will talk to in life. Now let's go into the state of sleeping. There are many rituals before we sleep. Don't we have all those rituals? What kind of rituals? Tell me.
Change
Change attire, of course, right? So on stage, what you wear is important. You want to look good, just as you want to feel comfortable when you go to sleep. So the same thing applies. When you go to sleep, you want to feel comfortable. When you're on stage, you want to look good and feel comfortable. So don't forget that. And there are signs of it. When you need to sleep, what do? This is a very good exercise. Let's all yawn, it's contagious. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't that feel good? Takes in extra oxygen. So that gives you a signal. Okay, you need to sleep. So in us, we need to communicate. We have something to say. I've lived all these years. I have all these interesting stories. I learned so much from it that I can't help but want to share it with you so that you can take a shortcut, so that you can learn from my mistake. That's just the urge, that's the desire that prompted us to be on stage or to dutifully finish a project. Right? Now the conditions. Everyone say, oh, I have stage fright. I used to have such severe stage fright. Nobody believes me, but I really went through that stage as well. I have stage fright. I'm so nervous. Now what happens if you want to go to sleep and then you are thinking very hard about it? I must go to sleep. Sheet number 1, sheet number 2, sheet number 3. What happens? Can you go to sleep? So the harder you try, the harder you can fall asleep. So on stage, of course you have to work hard. You have to prepare. But while you're on stage, don't work too hard. You won't believe me. I paid for these very expensive singing lessons just to listen to my voice coach saying, Vanessa, do nothing. Okay, all these thousands of dollars, do nothing. But it's so true. When you're up here, you do nothing. Because when you sleep, you do nothing. It's just a natural state. So the ultimate goal when you're on stage is to okay, so remember these. Detox, do nothing, for satisfaction. No PowerPoint needs necessary. Alright, now, what is vocal variety in sleeping? Tina, you demonstrated. What is vocal variety in sleeping? You demonstrated right before I got onto the stage.
Oh, vocal variety.
No, come on. In sleeping. Beautiful job, don't you think? But I tell you, in singing, snoring, yawning, all these are very important things. You know, when people snore, they are roaringly loud. Why? Normally we can't even, our voice can't even speak so soft. But when they snore, the next building can hear them. Why? Because when you do nothing, your body just naturally resonates. The resonance carries. We look at the baby when they cry. Do they do anything? It's just natural. So what I mean is, bring out the natural state in you, just as you will go to sleep when you are on stage. That is, of course, the top level. But that is what you aim for, okay? Now, body positions. What are your body positions when you sleep? Some sleep on their side, some sleep on their back, some sleep on their tummy. Right? So, just think of that, and which means no inhibitions. Just move freely. Move as you feel when you're on the stage. Then again, you'll go for the natural state, which is do nothing, and it's and that means that what it means is you want to be natural. Okay? Alright, so we go on to the eyes. What happened to the eyes? Any eye contact? No. In a way, yes. What kind of eye contact would we have? Betty. Everybody meet Betty, Betty Li. We dream. So much to learn from dreams. What is the one common ground between the three topics that I have today? Singing, sleeping, competing. One common thing draws all three. We dream. Songs are often about dreams. And you need to dream and imagine to bring out the message. Speeches are about our dreams. Sleeping is, of course, about dreams. What can we learn from dreams? Nothing. Wow, that's a fantastic way to do it, isn't it? What happens when you dream? Can you control your dreams? No. But we have a Chinese saying, what you think in the daytime shows up at night. It's a reflection of what happened to you. And of course, there are tons of these psychological games about if you were in a forest and you see a mushroom and you see a flower and you see a salt and you see a river, where would you go? What would you pick? Things like that. And then if you pick a mushroom, it means that. If you go on the stream, it means that. You know, so on, so on. Yeah, all these books, and there's a whole study of it to explain what your dreams mean. So think about that. I think there's some truth in it that what you think about in the daytime shows up at night, and not just events, but also what? People. Who else? Even those who are not even living anymore, right? So dreams are very important. And when you dream, there is freedom, okay? You feel free. And that is exactly what you want to be like when you're on stage. You want to feel free. You don't want to feel nervous. Am I going to say all the things that I have prepared? Look at the yellow card. Am I going to overrun? Right? So remember that stage. You are free. You don't have to do anything. And all the dreams will pop up. And they would seem what? They would seem like puzzles. And what is your job? When you are awake, when you're on stage, you solve the puzzle. You link it up to make it something that is sensible for people to understand your world. And adding a bit of mysterious touch to it. And in dreams, have you had nightmares? Do you feel that they are so real that it's almost like it happens? Okay? That is what our job here is. My job is to bring back that kind of, recall that kind of feelings and get you into that. So that when I'm scared, I'm drawing you into my scary story. When I'm happy, that you're feeling happy for me. When I'm sad, you're probably crying over there in the corner. Okay? Most powerful speakers, they can draw all these feelings. But then what not to learn from the dreams when you're a speaker, when you're drafting a speech. Of course, yeah. There are no grammar, no rules in dreams, right? So you have to consciously control the subconscious. The subconscious is powerful. The subconscious has complete freedom. You want to draw that freedom, and then make sense out of it. That's what you can learn from sleeping. Ultimately, you want to feel natural. You want to be comfortable. And you would have heard of this. To build your confidence, you kind of find your own way to pump yourself up. For example, some people say, I can. Andrew said, I'm number one. And then he drew number one lot. Right? So, think of this. I can. Find your own word to encourage yourself. And I even have a mental picture. For me, it's nature. It's always nature. Beautiful lake. Or the snowy mountains. That you feel cool and calm. So when you're on stage, draw that picture and tell yourself, I can. Every time you're nervous, think of, I'm just sleeping. I can just do nothing. Right. I was going to do an exercise, but I don't have time for that. So why don't I just give out prizes? I was very impressed with a few that